Hi, I'm Orla, and today I'm doing something a little different. This is hopefully going to be a series on my channel, and it's going to be called Girl with a Microphone. Because I'm a very creative person, but this is just going to sort of just be me speaking about whatever I feel like. So I don't really want to give it a really creative, metaphorical name. It's a girl with a microphone. So, yeah. I'm just going to be talking today about whatever I want to. Um, I also have a little Kevin the carrot there, if you can't tell. Um, I had to clear out the living room, so he's here for now. But yeah, so welcome to this new series where I just speak about whatever I want, whatever I feel like. So there's just been a lot going on in my life at the moment. Some things good, some things bad. So yeah, it's just been a lot. This is like pre-recorded. Um, just so you know, like this isn't gonna go up. Um, the time that I recorded this, just in case there's anybody I know watching this. There's probably a lot of good things going on in my life at the time that this is posted, so that's why I don't want to I don't want somebody who knows me to watch this and be like, "Girl, that's not true. You are doing so much." But yeah, so there's just been a lot of ups and downs recently. I've just been very emotional due to my health, to be honest. My health has been very bad. If you watch my try not to crash out with me video, you would have seen that. I was crashing out. I was really crashing out. Oh shit, I should probably shut my window because it's like windy. I feel like you can hear that. Give me a minute. Yeah, so obviously due to my health not being very great, I have also not been feeling very great. I think it's more because it's like a chronic issue for me, my health issues, and um, some of it's diagnosed, some of it's not. So, like, the undiagnosed stuff is definitely like kind of irritating for me, frustrating, but at the same time, there's not much I can do. So, I'm just trying to be very positive because I will go into the good news. There's been a lot of good things going on. So, it's just obviously when you're in pain all the time, sometimes it does put a hindrance on the good things in your life. But I think it's also I've never experienced chronic pain in before, and I don't get ill often, so having this chronic pain just really like I don't I don't know what to do about it. Like yeah, it's just hard because I'll push myself. Cause I'll be like, oh, I'm not doing like I'm procrastinating. I'm not doing much. I'm gonna push myself. Then I'll push myself, and then like for like 2 whole days, I have to lie in my bed and do nothing because I am dying in pain. And yeah, I'm just not very good at handling this. Like I'm on pretty strong painkillers, but sometimes I'll be like, no, 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 I'm not. I won't take them because I'm obviously only supposed to take them when I'm like in extreme pain. So I'll be like, no, 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 I'm not gonna take them, and then I really need them. Like, it's sometimes the longer I like, in the morning I won't take them, and then in like the afternoon I can't do anything else. Like I'm in that much pain that by the time the painkillers even kick in, it's not really doing much. So yeah, I've never experienced this before, so I'm just struggling to understand like how to regulate it, I guess. And because yeah, a lot of it's undiagnosed, it's kind of hard to know what to do because I don't have much information on what it is. Like, I kind of know what it is, but because it's related to my other issues, but there's at the end of the day, it could be anything. Or it could be not. Like, it's kind of difficult to explain. I've just been to like multiple different doctors, and they're all telling me different things. So that has, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it apart from keep on living my life. So yeah, that's been my main issue. And just also, like, I was talking about this to my friends recently. It's so isolating, um being in this pain and having these issues. um you know, as much as I talk to people about this, it's kind of like it's I'm a very positive person, so to be in pain all the time, it's kind of like a difficult thing for me to talk about. And when I talk about it, like, I don't like to be pessimistic and stuff. But yeah, it's just I've just been really struggling, um, due to the pain. It's just like a lot, especially because I'm really excited to go to university. Um, but at this moment in time, I know that, um, if my issues continue to go undiagnosed and untreated, I am going to, like, extremely struggle with university. Um, so yeah, that's basically like the bad news. Me being ill. Um, and yeah, it just made me feel very isolated. Um, which, like, is also hard to talk about because I've got great friends. I've got a very strong support system. So it's not like there aren't people who care and there's not people who, you know what I mean, aren't there for me. It's just obviously feeling isolated. Um, is something that you know, it's a feeling. It's not something you can. Oh, there's people speaking outside. Sorry. But yeah, it's just not something you can do anything about. You know, when you feel this way. Well, there are some things you can do, obviously, but, like, just because I have a really strong support system and good friends doesn't mean that I can't feel this way. If that makes sense. Um, you know, it's the way I feel, but it's not necessarily what I believe. You know, if that makes sense. But yeah, so it's just been hard. But what I've been doing to cope with it is I've just been really trying to communicate with my friends, and not shut myself off. Because obviously, when I'm in pain all day and I'm just focusing on not feeling bad, um, you know, I'm not on my phone. Sometimes going on my phone makes me feel like 10 times worse. Especially if I'm, like, not doing something, like not doing an event with friends, or not, you know, doing things related to my education. Then like, you know what I mean, I feel guilty just, like, scrolling on TikTok. Um, you know, and it doesn't really benefit me mentally either. So yeah, it's just a lot of, you know, I'm not really the best, at knowing what to do for myself when I'm ill. So yeah, I've just felt very isolated due to that. But it will go away. I know it will. Obviously, my illness won't. But I know that, like, this feeling will go away, um, and pass with time. It's just in this moment, it's I've been feeling like this for, like, a good few months, so it just feels quite, you know, hard. But for the most part, yeah, I'm doing really well. I felt really inspired recently, um, which is good because, I have been doing a lot of writing, but in the past few weeks, just due to my health, I've not because, I've been more concerned about my education and things. Um, which, you know, obviously I'm proud of that. Like, I'm proud to, you know, be able to know where my priorities are, because writing is so important to me, but obviously my education is also very important. So I've been quite good at balancing it. But a lot of the time when I stop writing, then I feel very, like, burnt out, or I stop because of burnout, and it's just, you know, I feel bad because I'm not writing. But I've actually just been felt really inspired. Did I say I've actually just been felt? I've actually felt, like, really inspired, during my break from writing. Like I say, it's only been a few weeks. So I don't know why I'm making this so dramatic, but I have actually just been so inspired by things. And although I'm not I mean, like, writing my novels, I'm still writing on Substack, and things like that. Um, you know, so I'm always writing to some degree, just not writing, like novels or my stories or things like that. But yeah, so I think just writing on Substack. I know I just said I'm not writing what I've been writing, but my Substack, I've just been writing a lot about my research. So it's kind of helped me feel like I'm not fully taking a break from writing, because although I'm not writing my novels, I'm doing research for my novels, which is going to better inform me. So it should be up now, but I was working quite hard on a post about deinstitutionalization in the US, which is obviously one of the big themes of my next novel. Um, and I also just write, yeah, a lot about military history and things, which I'm pretty sure I promote my Substack in my last video. But yeah, I've just really been enjoying going on Substack and writing about things. It's just like good for me to do my research and be able to put it somewhere, because it is very informative. I feel like the things I write, not always, I recently did one about movie recommendations, which I really enjoyed writing, because I love film, and yeah, I've always been very passionate about what I watch. So that was quite nice. But that's another point. I really want to do film recommendations because I love watching films and film reviews and stuff. I just think it would be really good to talk about, because I talk about it all the time in my personal life. I love telling people about films or just things that I like. Like, that sounds kind of like selfish, but I love like sharing things that I think people might like that I've seen, or yeah, just things I'm very passionate about. I just love spreading that to other people. So yeah, I want to make more things about that. I'm thinking maybe making some videos about film recommendations and maybe some film reviews. I don't have Letterboxd, which seems to be where all the film girls are at, so I'm considering getting it. But if not, I just want to talk about the things that I enjoy watching, because I feel like as somebody who writes, the things that you consume are so important. As a creative person, what you consume, um, inspires you. Not always, but inspires you, and it makes you think about things. So that was a terrible explanation, but yeah, it really does, you know, inspire you in a lot of different ways. Like if I'm watching a show, I'm like, oh my god, who wrote this? This is so good. Or I'm looking at the way the camera angles are, or even just the acting. Obviously, I care a lot about acting. So you know what I mean. I love watching something and being like, that was so good because of this, or that was so good because of that, or like just seeing ways that it could be improved. Obviously not saying that I know everything because I certainly don't, but it's interesting to see the other ways that people do things, or seeing other people's praise and criticism of something that you loved or hated, you know. Personal opinion, personal preference. Like, I think it's so interesting to watch something and love it so much and be like, I wouldn't have come up with this idea, or like I wouldn't have written it like that, but I love this so much. Like, this is so interesting to me. I just think that's really important. So yeah, although I've not been, don't know if you heard that my stomach's making noises, but although I've not been writing the same, I've just felt really inspired when it comes to films and things. Another thing is, obviously, when I feel ill, I can watch a film. That is something that I'm very able to do. Obviously, sometimes, I lack concentration because I'm not feeling well, but I'm able to watch a film. And then, yeah, if I lack concentration, or I start feeling really sick, so I can't watch anymore, I can pause it or I can rewatch it. So it's just been really good to keep myself inspired while not feeling well. And also, it just feels like, um, you know, something that I can talk about, like if I'm watching one of my comfort films and I pick up on something I didn't originally see, like the 100th time times that I've watched it, then I'm like, oh, that might be interesting to write about. If I talk about this as a movie recommendation, or oh, that might be interesting to tell somebody who I know loves this film and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just been really beneficial for me to have something to keep me inspired, because watching films and shows keeps me inspired for writing, acting, and just in general. So it really does inspire me and help me for most of my creative hobbies and creative careers that I want to go into. So it's a win-win for me. It's also just something I enjoy. I'm really just doing the things I enjoy in life at the moment. I think a lot of times, I feel like I have so many interests, which is genuinely a good thing, but obviously sometimes it's just a little overwhelming, or sometimes you're like, no, I want to focus on this specifically so I get really good at it and stuff. And obviously, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but for me recently, I can't just do that, because then, not to bring up my health again, but because of my health, I could be like, oh, I'm gonna go try and learn how to ice skate. But then if I'm in pain, I can't. Obviously, writing, I'm kind of able to write or able to research for my writing, so that's not as bad, but there's a lot of things that I just can't do with the schedule. It's not that I can't do it, it's just sometimes there's days that it's better to be writing, days it's better to be out doing things. So it just really helps that I have so many interests, but at the same time, obviously, it can be a lot, but I am a lot, so. Which also is another thing that really annoys me. I feel like being a lot is always associated with being too much. But I love having so many interests. I love being quite a big personality, and I like bright colors. I like, well, here I like patterns, like, and things like that. Like, I literally have that, like, green zebra print looking turtleneck shirt that I always wear. I love that shirt so much. Like, and obviously that's just like a style preference, but also just in general in my life, I think I love talking about my interests. I love just sharing things with people. Like, I don't overshare, but I love, yeah, talking about things that I love or things that other people love. Um, yeah, I just think that, a lot of my friends or the people that I speak to inspire me. Um, and, yeah, I just think that I enjoy, spreading that kind of thing. Um, but yeah, that's another point. Never think you're too much, because in my mind, personality wise, there's like nothing that is too much, You might be too much for one person, obviously, but you yourself aren't too much. Like, I genuinely think that a lot of people have a lot of issues with feeling like they're too much or not enough, but you are what you are. And, you know, if you're a good person, does it really matter? I don't think so. Um, I love people who've got big personalities, or extremely introverted people. Like, I just love people who might be a little different, or, if you want to tell me about something that I don't know for like 3 hours, I will fully listen and be invested, and I'll probably do the same, because that's just the sort of person I am. Like, I won't speak at you, but I love sharing things I care about, and yeah, my hobbies, my interests. That's why I wrote about, like, I think it was, yeah, my top 5 favorite films that were war films. And yeah, that I really enjoyed writing, talking about, because it's not only just, oh, it won this prize, or oh, blah blah blah. Like, it's also your personal opinion. integrated. It's like 50-50. So you're talking about why somebody else would love it, but you're also talking about why you loved it. And yeah, I just really enjoyed doing that. I'm going to do more. I'm not sure. I think it might be out by the time this is out, but I'm thinking maybe doing something about comfort films, or because my thing was about World War II, which obviously I'm very passionate about. But I've watched films about different kind of wars or different parts of history, so I'd love to talk about that. And I'd also love to talk about my favorite comfort films, like my favorite seasonal films, because I love watching films. I love watching shows. I love watching films. Um, oh my god, my stomach keeps on making noises. I don't know why, because I'm not hungry. So, um, yeah, I don't know why. Um, hopefully I don't throw up, because that's been happening a lot with my illness. But anyways, um, yeah, I've just really been enjoying film. Basically, just really been trying to find the things that make me feel better, because I have many interests and I know my interests. But obviously, when you feel really overwhelmed and ill, um, it's just good to like be more intentional about that. Like, obviously, I know writing makes me feel good, and talking about film makes me feel good, and this and that makes me feel good. But like, you know, I've really been enjoying being a bit more intentional with it. Like, yeah, this makes me feel good, but why? So then when I don't feel good, it's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna write, and then I don't have inspiration to write, and I'm like, oh shit, like that's not making me feel better, and then I try something else. You know what I mean? Um, and there's definitely a difference between distracting yourself from not feeling good and doing something that actually makes you feel better, um, or improves you. So yeah, it's just been a lot more intentional, especially like I said, there's certain things that I can't do on certain days. So I'm just sort of learning to work with my body, rather than my mind, because a lot of the time I'll be like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, but I don't really always, I sort of set deadlines for myself quite a bit, which is good, but I don't have to write this, and this today. I can do it over the week. It's fine. It's fine. But that's definitely something that I do quite a bit. I really am very strict with deadlines for myself and goals for myself, and also just creativity. Like, if I'm in the creative flow of writing something, I don't want to stop and start again. But sometimes I don't have the research, or I'm just not feeling good, so I can't write. Um, sometimes I write to make myself feel better, but sometimes if I don't feel good, I can't write. It's this weird thing of writing is a form of therapy for me, but at the same time, um, you know, I when I don't feel good, sometimes I do lack inspiration not to write. So I just find it really interesting as well, people's relationship with writing, as creative people. Um, it's just so interesting, how other people write their novels, or why people write. Like, I always think that that's so interesting. Um, I sort of write because it's something that I've done as soon as I was able to. So, you know, obviously I enjoy doing it and I find a lot of purpose in it, but at the same time I can't imagine a world with me not writing. Um, so I always find it really interesting when there's people who started writing and then stopped, or didn't really do much writing because they didn't think they could, and then later down the line they start again. Like, I find that so interesting, just other people's relationship with writing. Um, you know, I've just had there's just a lot of factors that go into why I write. Most of it is for sort of a educational purpose. My stories are fiction. Obviously, a lot of them are historical fiction, but they are fiction, just to preface this. But, there's a lot of things that I want to educate people on, like, that I find either interesting or really, like, almost terrifying that people don't know about it. Like, for example, my debut novel, The Butcher, the Boy in Action T4. All of this research I did about Action T4, I really felt like I should write something about it so that other people, could learn about this if they didn't previously, or, learn more about history basically. I think it's very important that if there's a topic you're passionate about or something you really care about to, act on that. But writing is also a form of a lot of things for me. It's a form of therapy. Sometimes it's a form of escape. Obviously, a lot of the things I've been writing recently have been very serious, and yeah, there's educational topics in it, although it is fiction. Um, so, it's not necessarily a form of escape if you're obviously writing about Action T4, but, some of my other work is more of a form of escape. So it's just really nice because I feel like I can explore other characters, other people, and explore, yeah, a lot of research. And a lot of it I can also explore myself through my writing. And yeah, it's just really a form of expression I care about, which is, why I published my novel and why I intend on publishing more. But yeah, but also I find it very, I won't do it with all my novels because I write a lot of sci-fi actually, which I've not really shared much about, apart from one project, but I'm going to do a video talking, like breaking down um, that story and what I'm doing with it and everything. But yeah, I do find a lot of purpose in writing about issues and topics, like serious issues and topics that I care about as well. So that's why I wrote about Action T4. That's why one of the things I'm working about is about deinstitutionalization. Because I think it does evoke conversations in people, and yeah, they're just important topics to me and to other people. And a lot of people might not know about it, so I do really enjoy doing that. I think my sister's trying to phone me right now, which big love to her. But I'm doing my little video. Um, it's okay. I'll call her back in a few minutes. But no, that's really all I've got to say about writing. But yeah, I really care about writing, film, media, things like that. So that's been quite a good and easy thing to try and get back into. Like I said, I have been on a bit of a break from writing novels, but I'm still able to research, which makes me more inspired to write my novels. And yeah, I've just been writing and reading a lot on Substack. I think if you're posting on Substack, it's also important to read. I don't really read in the genres I post about. I read a lot about psychology, or like the impact of like social things, which is a really bad way of describing it. But like the social climate of the world, and things like that. I just find that very interesting. The like psychological, more philosophical, fuck, I can't say it, more philosophical things. But at the same time, sometimes I will like read a whole Substack post about Brat Summer and why it's so good. You know what I mean? So I read a lot on Substack, and I think it's important as a writer to also read. I've been reading obviously a lot of novels. I made a video about what I was reading this summer. So that's also been giving me a lot of inspiration. Currently, I'm still going through the Unwomanly Face of War by Svetlana Alexievich. I'm almost finished it, but I still need to obviously read it. I've still got a bit more to go, but that's just because starting college, obviously I've not been able to read that as much. And yeah, I started reading, I don't even remember what it's called. Is that bad? Wait, let me go get it. The Safe Keep. The Safe Keep. I'll put somewhere who it's written by. I remember speaking about her in my last video and being like, I don't really know much about her, but this is who it's by. But I've only read like a few chapters of that, if you can't tell. But so far it's been quite good. I'm not really sure the direction of where it's going to go. It's like a psychological thriller. But no, I have been enjoying reading that. I promise. I know I didn't remember the name of it, but it has been very good. Give me a break, please. But yeah. So yeah, just I think it's important when you're inspired to actively do things, but it's also important to become more inspired by other people and other pieces of work. So that's basically my main topics today. I'm not sure how much of this is going to be more personal life stuff and how much of it's just going to be things I'm interested in. It'll probably be a bit of both, but hopefully you enjoy this video. And yeah, this is going to be the start of my new series, Girl with a Microphone.